Okay, good morning. So for our discussion this morning, for your last week, we ended up with sex chromosomes abnormality. So as for your quiz today, ang quiz nyo that will be an essay type. That is not essay type, but in a tabular form. So what you're going to do for your quiz, you're just going to tabulate the conditions that are associated or that were discussed or in our topic, and then you are going to define the chromosomal abnormality, okay, and the physical manifestations of this abnormality. So I'm going to upload another PDF file in Schoology. Miss Johnson, ma'am. Hello.
Hello po.
Do you have nag-post naman 'di ba yung last week, yung ating PowerPoint last week, tama ba?
Yung,
Posted
ano po na PowerPoint, sir?
yung PowerPoint na ginamit natin for our discussion.
Yung sex
Sex chromosome
chromosomes.
abnormalities. Yes.
Na-check ko man kanina umaga, sir. Meron man po.
Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Ms. Chongson. So last week, what we had was a discussion of the sex chromosomal abnormalities. So we also discussed several, like Down syndrome, the trisomy 13. This was during our first week. Okay, and then last week we had our sex chromosomal abnormality. So for this week, our topic would be neoplasm. So when we are talking about hematologic neoplasm, okay, hematologic neoplasm, di ba sabi ko naman sa inyo before na not all or hindi lang yung ating mga chromosomal abnormalities will fall on physical manifestation, yung mismo phenotypic. Okay? Yung mismong outer na directly ma-observe ng physician. So we have also other diseases or that is associated with our genetics that would fall on hematologic neoplasm. Okay, from the term itself, when we say hematologic, meaning we are concerning the blood. Okay, ang concern natin is ang blood. Now, when we say neoplasm, okay, it comes from the term neoplasia. Okay, neoplasm comes from the term neoplasia. When we say neoplasia, that is the formation of new abnormal cells. Okay, formation of new abnormal cells. Okay, so we'll be discussing here types of leukemia. Yan. When we say leukemia, okay, leukemia is a group of blood cancers that usually begin in the bone marrow that result in high abnormal counts or high abnormal blood counts. Okay. Miss Maliga. Miss Maliga? Miss
Sir?
Maliga? Ma'am, aside from our definition, what do you know about leukemia?
Cancer, cancer of blood.
Is it of the red blood cell, white blood cell origin, or platelet? So, anong origin ng ating neoplasia?
Cancer, white blood cell. And neoplasia, sir,
Yeah.
or leukemia?
Ay, na ating neoplasms, itong leukemia.
White blood cell, sir.
Okay. So, when we are talking about neoplasms, or the hematologic neoplasms, particularly leukemia, we are talking about, okay, the problems of the white blood cells. Okay? So, white blood cells ito associated. So, according to Ms. Maliga, it is the cancer of the blood. So, these blood cells are not fully developed and are called blasts or leukemia cells. So, when we say blasts, these are types of white blood cells that are immature. Okay? So, pag nakita nyo pag nakalagay sa term leukoblast, that means immature white blood cells. Pag sinabi naman nating leukocytes, that means mature white blood cells. So pag sinabi nating erythroblast, Miss Sunga, ma'am? Miss Sunga? Miss Sunga? Ma'am? Hello? Miss Sunga, are
Hello,
you here?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Morning, ma'am. What are erythroblasts?
So, white blood cells, sir, parang abnormal white blood, red blood cells.
Abnormal? Abnormal ba? Pag sinabi nating blast, automatic abnormal ba? Ano sabi natin? Blasts are cells that are not
fully developed.
miso nga?
Immature, sir.
Okay, that's correct. So, pag sinabi natin erythroblast, ano nga ulit erythroblast? Miso nga?
Red blood cells that is immature, sir.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, thank you, Ms. Tunga. So when we say erythroblast, these are red blood cells that are immature. When we say erythrocytes, these are red blood cells that are mature. Okay? Sir, are all blasts leukemic? Okay, no. Hindi lahat ng blast leukemic. Take note. Okay? Miss Bejerano. Miss Bejerano? Ma'am?
Sir,
Good morning, ma'am.
morning.
Ma'am, may tanong po ako. Saan ba ang production ng ating blood cells? Saan ba napuproduce ang ating blood cells? Miss Bejerano?
Sa cancer, nucleus.
What organ produces blood cells? Basing on your anatomy and physiology, where are blood cells produced? Ma'am? Sa circulatory system niyo, ma'am, with Sir Binuya, where are blood cells produced?
Sa ano, sir? Sa bone marrow.
Okay, that is correct. Bone marrow. Okay, tama. Thank you, Miss Bejerano. Okay. When we are talking about the production of our blood cells, it happens in the bone marrow. Now, technically, the bone marrow is like a womb. Kumbaga siya yung womb ng ating blood cells. All of the cells, there are mature red blood cells, mature white blood cells, there are also immature white blood cells in the bone marrow because, okay, in the bone marrow, doon nagkakaroon ng production of cells. So technically, doon nag-grow ang ating blood cells. And once these blood cells are already mature, they will be released by the bone marrow to the circulatory system. Okay? So normally, the blasts or the immature cells will only be seen. Okay? It will only be seen where? In the bone marrow. Dapat lahat ng immature cells na sa bone marrow lang. Okay? But once this cell will go out into the blood circulation in tremendous amount, okay, which is already abnormal, that will be considered leukemia. Naintindihan? Okay, lahat ng blasts makikita mo normally sa bone marrow. But if you see the blast in the peripheral blood circulation, that is already abnormal. Okay? Sir, how about sa baby, sir? Newborn. There is an exception for newborns. Because newborns, their entire system is not that fully developed. So makakita ka ng casual or few blasts in their peripheral blood circulation. But as they mature, yung release ng blast, mawawala din yan. Okay? But if you can see tremendous or great amounts of blast in the circulation of an adult, that is already problematic. Okay? So the exact cause of leukemia is unknown, but there are genetic factors and environmental factors that can contribute to this type of cancer. So another, okay, we have cancers of the white blood cells. We have leukemia and we have lymphoma. How many white blood cells do we have? Miss Malinaw. Basing on our discussion in PMLS 1 and 2, ano yung mga types of white blood cells na meron tayo? Miss Malinaw? Miss Malinaw?
Paulit ako, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Give me the white blood cells in our blood circulation.
Ano to, sir?
Now
Paulit sa question, sir.
we have 5 types of white blood cells in our peripheral blood circulation. Ano-ano yung 5 types na yun? What are those white blood cells?
Lymphocyte,
Okay. Ano pa?
lymphocyte, basophil,
Basophil.
ay wait lang sir, ano no ko, never let monkey eat banana.
Ha?
Sir? Ang code, sir, wait lang. Ay, neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, basophil. Ay, puti.
Okay.
Never let monkey eat banana.
Okay. Okay, we have 5 types, okay, of our white blood cells. Ano mo, ma'am? Ano yung mnemonics mo?
Sir, katong gitagod yun, sir. Katong ano, sir, never let monkey eat banana. Natanong ko, sir, makakulba.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so when we are talking about the white blood cells, we have first, neutrophil. Say neutrophil, okay, it is a dibang sa bacteria. Okay, and also the primary defense. Okay, the primary white blood cell that will be released. Another we have eosinophil, parasitic and allergic reaction. Basophil, allergic reaction and malignancy. Lymphocyte, viral. Monocyte, okay, we have our viral and bacterial. So these are the types of white blood cells. Now, sir, under our cancer of the blood, we have two types. We have leukemia and we have lymphoma. So when we say lymphoma, it only involves the lymphocytes. Meaning dito sa lymphoma, mataas ang lymphocytes. Okay? Pag sinabi naman natin leukemia, ito yung mataas. Okay? Naintindihan ba? Now, when we say lymphoma, it only involves the lymphoid. Okay? The lymphoid origin. Yung lymphocytes lang. Lymphoid. When we say leukemia, it usually involves the myeloid. Pag sinabing myeloid, yan yung ating basophil, neutrophil, eosinophil, and monocyte. Okay, naintindihan? We have a question here. Sir, usually gaano kadami yung too much immature blood cells if makita outside the bone marrow? Tsaka possible din ba na pati adult may makita pa din na immature blood cells sa kanilang system or di po? Okay, so when we are talking about of blast, depende kasi yan, ma'am. We have a criteria, pero that will be very, siya para sa inyo, very complicated or complex. But for example, if you're going to check the bone marrow, the myeloid to erythroid ratio is 2:1. So, for example, if the blast in the bone marrow is greater than, okay, it is greater than 30 to 40%, okay, it means that there is possible lymphoma or leukemia. As per the circulatory system in an adult, wala ka dapat makikita na, okay, blast. Okay, if the number of blast cells will be greater than, for example, 3.0 times 10 is the power of 9 per liter, it will already be a candidate for lymphoma or leukemia. Depende sa anong blood cell yun na nakita sa ating peripheral blood smear. So yun, so we do bone marrow studies to check for possibility of leukemia and lymphoma. That's why, kapag for example, nag-run ka ng CBC, makikita sa peripheral blood system mo or sa iyong CBC result, ang daming blast. To confirm the leukemia, dapat mag-undergo ng bone marrow studies. Because if inside the bone marrow, there is increased production of blast, okay, actually sa some criteria of the blast, 20%, but here in yung before na ginagamit natin sa French-American British classification, greater than 30% ang blast. Pero, dito na sa bagong classification, ginawa nilang greater than 20% yung blast sa bone marrow to be considered a cancer of the blood or lymphoma or leukemia. Kasi normally, dapat 5 to 10% lang. But greater than 20%, yun na, it can be classified as AML or ALL. So yun, so we do bone marrow studies. The CBC is not a confirmatory, okay, the bone marrow study, ang ating confirmatory. Kasi nga, pag nakita natin sa peripheral blood, uy, ang daming blast, ano kaya ang problema? I-check natin ang bone marrow. If the bone marrow, madami pa rin blast yung maproduce, it means the bone marrow is the problem. Okay? Saka possible din ba yung makita sa adults ang immature blood cells sa kanilang system or hindi po? Now, to answer that question, again, ma'am, if adult na technically, or for example, you are past greater than 6 months or greater than 1 year old, dapat wala na makikitang blast, okay, sa iyong peripheral or sa peripheral blood circulation ni baby. Kasi nagsa-start na mag-mature ang kanyang organs. So the presence of blast, okay, in an adult, it would mean something. Okay, so yun. To confirm, you have bone marrow collection. So that affect the blood, the bone marrow, and this is known as the tumors of the hematopoietic and lymphoid tissues. Pag sinabi nating hematopoiesis kasi, it means, okay, hematopoiesis means production of blood cells. Again, hematopoiesis means production of blood cells. So, ano ba yung mga hematopoietic cell natin? So, example, we have the bone marrow. Another, we have the thymus. Sir, sa bone marrow study, ang medtech pa rin ba ang gumagawa ng procedure or ang pathologist na? Now, in the bone marrow studies, the collection will be, okay, it will be of the physician, ang ating bone marrow collection, and ang titingin sa ilalim ng blood smear, that will be the pathologist. Okay, we don't conduct bone marrow studies kasi your bone marrow is already considered a major tissue. And since it is a major tissue, ang magpe-perform na yan is ang pathologist, not the medical technologist. So sa atin lang, yung focus lang natin, okay, in the laboratory, okay, is sa blood and sa body fluid. So for confirmatory, for example, sa peripheral blood smear, i-confirm kung may leukemia ba or wala. Ang gagawa na is hematologist, specialista na. Every time that we are going to make a diagnosis, ang gagawa na ng diagnostic procedure, that will be the doctor. So for example, bone marrow studies, ang doktor naman makapagsabi kung leukemia ba or lymphoma. So, pathologist na gagawa. Okay. Sa peripheral blood smear, ang hematologist na rin ang magbibigay ng recommendation. Okay, did I answer your question, Mr. Stephen? Okay. So, ganun na. So, pag sinabi natin, okay, hematopoiesis, it means the production of blood cells. Okay, lymphoid tissues, marami din tayong lymphoid tissue. An example of a lymphoid tissue, we also have the bone marrow, the thymus. Ano pa yung ibang lymphoid tissue, sir? Lymphoid tissue, yung kung saan ba na ilalagay ang ating mga lymphocytes. For example, we have tonsils. The tonsils is, okay, the tonsils, okay, we have, it is a lymphoid tissue. Okay? Adenoids natin. Okay, dito sa neck. Okay, sa cervical node natin dito. It is also a lymphoid tissue. Okay? So, those are examples of, or those are the examples or sites of our lymphoid tissues. So, cytogenetics of hematopoietic or hematologic neoplasms. So, we know that cancer is a genetic disease that could develop either from this predisposing mutation. Pag sinabi nating predisposing mutation, it is congenital. Okay? Maybe because it is genetic. Okay? So, the predisposing mutation may be acquired from somatic mutation, okay, that developed into a cancer phenotype. Ayan. So, here are the following. Okay. These are the reasons, okay, for hematologic neoplasms. Another, for example, we have subtle DNA or RNA alteration. Because of the rearrangement in our DNA RNA, it caused a mutation. So the mutation led to a cancer phenotype. Okay? DNA methylation, here the introduction or the formation of our DNA. So in the formation of our DNA, kapag nagkaroon ng problem, also that will cause the mutation that can develop into a cancer phenotype. Another, we have changes in chromosome numbers. So yun yung dinidiscuss natin. So we have aneuploidy. So any alteration in the number of our chromosomes, okay, will cause the formation of cancer genes. Okay, next, we have loss of heterozygosity. So, loss of heterozygosity means, okay, there is homozygosity of the gene. Usually kasi, ang mga cancer phenotype natin, most of the cancers are recessive. Okay, sabi nga natin, di ba, kapag recessive, okay, it will only be manifested if the recessive gene is homozygous. Okay? Now, itong example na loss of heterozygosity, it means presence of both recessive genes that develop into a cancer phenotype. Okay? Kasi nga, di ba, ang recessive gene natin mag-manifest lang kapag siya lang mag-isa, kapag both of the genes are recessive. Ngayon, kung both of the genes are not, okay, are not the same or heterozygous, it means ang mag-manifest lang is yung dominant. Okay, but because of loss of heterozygosity, naging homozygous na, it led to cancer phenotype. Next, chromosome translocation in somatic cells rather than in germ cells. So we know that translocations, okay, yun yung when we say translocation, that is the exchanging of genetic material between two chromosomes. Okay, so for example, in chromosome 19, in chromosome 9, in chromosome 21, nagkaroon ng exchange between two parts of the chromosomes. That will lead to CML, the chronic myelogenous leukemia. This is one of our discussions, okay, in midterm. Chromosome 922, for CML. This is our Philadelphia chromosome. The chromosome 921 is associated with lung cancer. Yeah. Chromosome. Sa CIFRA pala ang 921. CIFRA. This is the gene marker for lung cancer. Also used for diagnosis of urinary bladder cancer. So this is an example of a tumor gene. Doc, kamusta yung presentation sa PAT? Kung elephantiasis kasi, Doc, dapat makikita, ang sample natin is tissue sample. Doon natin makikita yung microfilariae, Doc. So So, yun yung mga Buchereria, burn coffee, Brugge, malabo. Opo. Yung, yes, Doc. Pero ang diagnosis, Doc, ng, na filariasis, Doc, is tissue sample. Ay, opo, oo. Yeah, basing on symptoms. Opo. Mas maganda may differential diagnosis. Oh, pero parang ang discussion lang ata nila, Doc, is nematodal lang siguro yun. Nematode? Ay, oo lang. Ay, oo. Oh, phylum daw. Okay. Opo. Yeah, common po. Oo, indeed. Oo. Pero Doc, para mas madaling ma-rule out, kasi, Doc, baka mahirap, kasi students pa sila, Doc, ay baka mahirapan sila ba? Oo, so, kaya doon, mag-focus na lang doon sa may basing din sa laboratory results siguro din, at saka yung ng patient. Oo, sa agricultural business, Doc. Oo, yeah, pwede yun doon. Oo. Tama, Doc. Oo, may hepatog na yun. Opo. Oo. Dahil pa Doc, aside from sa filariasis, meron din tayong bilharziasis or schistosomiasis, diba Doc? Oo. Kasi agriculture man din yan. Kasi parang introductory pa lang talaga sa Doc, kasi puro files. So, tama yung Doc, maganda yun na ipakita lahat yung possible na organisms. Oo. Basing on the geographical setup, yun, usually sa agriculture, cystostoma, hookworm, strongyloides, tapos basing on symptoms, yeah, differential diagnosis, oo. Parang case presentation talaga. Akala ko kasi Doc, nematodal lang sila. Kaya yung naging focus, kasi yung focus pero kung basing sa Doc, kasi hindi ko kasi binasa yung second picture na, so yung first picture, akala ko nasa nematodal lang sila na discussion. Pero kung maganda yung ganun, Doc, kung mag-case presentation sila, maganda yun. Yeah. Basing on the geographical setup. Yeah, oo. Oo. Say na lang doon. Tapos after the diagnosis, balik lang sila doon sa manifestation, Doc, ng patient. Bakit after 3 months pa, pwede nila i-connect sa life cycle ng strongyloides, sa mode of transmission, so skin penetration. Oo, yeah. Final na diagnosis. Oo. come up with the diagnosis. Oo. Tama. Tama, Doc. Tama, Doc. Oo. Oo. Tama, Doc. Sige, Doc. Sige, Doc. Sige. Arm setup. Oo. Sige, Doc. Sige, Doc. Sige. Yes, Doc. Ay. Ay, naka-on pala. Sorry. 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 Narinig niyo ba? Naka-on ba yun, right?
Opo, sir.
Ay, okay. Sorry. Nagkaroon lang kami ng discussion ng isang doktor. Ano kasi yung anak niya nag-aaral and then meron silang case presentation. So, nag-consult kasi si Doc. Parasitology ang case. So, yun. Nagpapulong si Doc sa differential diagnosis. Anyway, so ganun na. So, going back to our original discussion, so yun na nga. So, some of the least So these are the causes of the genetic problems or genetic alterations that will lead to cancer phenotype. So again, we have the chromosome translocations in somatic cells rather than in germ cells. So, for example, in Philadelphia chromosome, where there is a translocation in chromosome 9 and 22, okay, which results to chronic myelogenous leukemia. So itong CIFRA, this is the cancer gene for lung cancer, but it can also be used as a monitoring tumor marker for other cancers like urinary bladder cancer and ovarian cancer. Okay, another is we have gene amplification. So once that the abnormal gene is undergoing constant cell division, okay, what will happen is possible cell mutation pa rin. Another is incorporation of exogenous sequences. So example of this incorporation of exogenous sequences, we have DNA methylation. Again, DNA methylation, ito yung pagdagdag ng methyl group sa ating DNA. Okay? The methyl group is not contained in our contained in our DNA. Okay, methyl as a separate na subgroup, wala sa ating DNA, only the phosphate groups. So when there is an addition of methyl to the DNA structure, it can cause alteration, okay, to the DNA, which may cause, okay, cancer phenotype. Okay, so for this week, introduction lang muna tayo about hematologic neoplasms. Okay? So, what I'll be adding to your para mas magkaroon kayo ng urge para mag-study ahead for cancer cytogenetics, I will be giving you an assignment. So what we're going to do, I wanted to search about, so this is for your assignment. Search for acute myeloid leukemia and acute lymphocytic leukemia. Okay, what we're going to do, you are going to make it into a tabular form pa rin. Okay, tabular form pa rin. The abnormality under acute myeloid leukemia, and then the cancer mutation or the genetic mutation, okay, and lab results. Okay? So, yung table nyo, 3 columns. So, the AML type, kasi marami tayong types of AML. We have AML M0, M1, M2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So, AML type, pagkatapos, cancer mutation. The third column is TBS/bone marrow results. Ano makikita sa peripheral blood smear at ano makikita sa bone marrow? Do you understand? Okay, yun na nakalagay doon sa ating chat box. So that will be submitted next week. Okay, only AML and ALL. So for our attendance this morning, ang gusto kong gawin natin is we're going to type your full name and the date today and send it here. This is for your attendance. So for the deadline, okay, for the deadline of our quiz, yung deadline natin that will be on Friday. The deadline for AML and ALL, that will be next Wednesday kasi yan yung ating magiging topic. The deadline of your quiz, that will be on Friday. Yung quiz natin Friday. Okay, that will be 27. Do you still have questions? questions? Okay, none. If none, thank you for coming to our session this morning and see you next week.